Hello YouTube. So this is the dresser project for the baby's room, and I redrew the example because I noticed that when it came to the drawers, I couldn't find, my calculations are off because I couldn't find cloth dressers that were at that size. So I had to change it to a standard unit of 7. Also, I didn't realize that when I did the math, for some reason, I couldn't get a good number when I divided the interior measurement, which is 30 and 7/16 by 3. So instead I went with 9.5, 9.5, and then a 9 and 9/32 for the center drawer, so that it looks close to even, but at the same time it doesn't look like it's stretched out too much. The other thing too is I also designed the scroll work. I tried doing the other designs, but the only problem is most of them in their shape ended up cutting up into the shelf, and I didn't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with creating the side pieces to size, the shelves, the top. All right. Now, one thing I also had to draw up on the inside of the dresser, you guys remember this in my apprentices, this is a version of a web frame. So basically inside the drawer section, so where the wooden drawers will be, there has to be this subframe, because again, I don't want to use just a giant piece of plywood there because again, I'm wasting material. So instead I have 2-inch stock that are different lengths, but their spacings are 7, 9, and 7, so that I can run, if I can flip this back over, floating runner strips in the drawer. So just like the wood 10 drawer that you guys had done this year, I can create a floating runner drawer in all 3 zones. So again, coming back to the front, so this would be a floating drawer, this would be a floating drawer, and this would be a floating drawer. All right, so with that said, I'm going to also put up for your guys' input what kind of material you guys would want for the drawer face. So what is established is that the plywood will all be sanded and primed and painted white. So white will be the primary color. The drawers themselves, so I'm going to put up some pictures right now as I'm speaking of some drawer ideas. Either they be wicker, leather, or canvas. I'd like your guys' input and vote on which one you like the most. But also what we're going to vote on is the drawer faces themselves. All right, so I'm going to put some material into the camera zone and I'm going to explain each one. So let me go grab my material real quick. So the first material I have for a drawer face is this plain sawn cherry. All right, so what it'll be is this will turn a crimson red, and then this will turn like a whitish yellow. So this would be cherry. Nice aesthetics about this is, again, the color. As it ages, it will turn red. Downside is that it is kind of pretty warped already, so I might have to do a lot of shaping to it to get the material to what I need. So I might not meet the threshold for the thickness. But again, a very aesthetic wood. All right, next. So the other material we can use is red oak besides cherry. And the pro is, again, this will match the same material as the top of the dresser and will also be stained the same way. So again, they'll match the color, the grain will match. Again, nice thing about oak is it's nice and durable. We got this beautiful plain sawn grain with it. Con, again, just like the cherry, you're gonna have to shape it down to fit. So I might come close to the minimum, which is 3/4, but again, this is one of the options you guys get to choose. Lastly, I have this reclaimed walnut from a headboard. So I have more than enough of this material to make the drawer faces. The pro is when I stain this, it will turn this nice dark brown color. Cons, again, I have to, let me zoom out, I have to harvest it out of a non-standard board. So again, I have to be very careful how I harvest the material and pay very close attention to what I take. But the beautiful thing is, again, the color will be very deep and rich, And again, since it's from a headboard, I dated the headboard to the 1920s, so it's very stable, it's very dry. I don't have to worry about warping. And the quality of the wood that is harvested is very high quality walnut. Specifically, it is quarter sawn walnut. So again, it's got this nice grain consistent pattern on the front that'll create a nice deep rich color. So for your job, what I'd like you to give me your opinion on the canvas drawers and the material for the drawer fronts. And then we'll start actual construction in the next video. So with that said, have a great day and stay safe.